guys, and welcome to the Paragons of the Klaxxi Fire Mage guide. As always, in this guide I'm going to be covering the normal and heroic mode, tips and tricks for how to play fire on this fight, because this is a fight where Fire Mage plays very, very well, and you can do some inadvertent scumbagging as well if you pay attention to the right times. But let's get right into it. For talents for this fight, we definitely want combustion. There's a lot of phases where we need high burn damage, so having the ability to use that big combustion on demand is very, very key for this fight. Also, double blink is extremely nice for this fight, because the only thing that can really stun you is if you get hit by an ability that you shouldn't get hit by anyway. So you double blink, especially if you're soaking the aim, definitely the way to go. So stick with that. And then armors. Armors, again, another good way to go, especially if you're soaking aim. Now, real quick, because a lot of everything that I'm going to talk about has to do with you taking aim. So what does aim do? Well, on heroic, aim is an ability that you have to have people line up in a line when you cast from the target to the boss, so that it splits damage between them. Now, as a mage, having cauterize and as a mage having temporal shield as well as armors makes it so you can take every single one and it doesn't matter, so you can be in that soak group. The reason that mages are so good for being in the soak group is obviously because we have double blink, okay? And blinking into the path and then being able to blink back to safety is huge on this fight. We can always be in the right position at the right time no matter what mechanics lay between us and the aim line. This is why mages are used for this, is because we are extremely talented at it. It won't kill us, and with cauterize, even if we take too much damage, we have that forgiveness barrier. So keep that in mind. So obviously, going into our talents, that means that we're taking cauterize and we're taking temporal shield. The reason we're taking temporal shield is because we want that damage mitigation, but we also want it to heal us back very quickly. And it's also off the global cooldown, as this does have an extremely tight DPS timer for this fight. You do want to make sure that you're pumping out as much deeps as possible. So the other thing that we want to cover is living bomb. Okay, now you're thinking, well, there's all these targets, why would I use living bomb? Because once one Paragon dies, everyone else returns to full health. Okay, so if you're using Nether Tempest, you're a scumbag. Stop it. Okay, now if you're doing farm and you're on normal modes, you know, go ahead, Nether Tempest everything, it doesn't probably matter. But if you're on heroic mode and you're using Nether Tempest, your raid leader will kick you in the teeth and kick you out of the raid, or at least he should, because it's a terrible thing to do on this fight. There's guilds who've been farming this fight, world first guilds that I've watched, that still have trouble clearing this fight because of the mechanics and because of the DPS timers, etc. So don't scumbag on this one, especially on heroic. Take living bomb and do your job right. You're going to pump out more single target deeps, and that's what it's all about, is killing the boss, right? So make sure that you're taking living bomb. Getting into the fight though, what are some tips and tricks that we need to know? Obviously we're popping combustion at the start, because we need to kill that guy before the blood start to really pour in onto the bosses. So make sure that we're using our combustion there, especially on the start. Always make sure that as you get into this fight more and more, you'll be able to line it up better. But remember that when you do use your combustion on a target, remember that if they are close, even though you don't have Glyph of Infernal Blast, you can still spread the combustion to, you know, a couple other targets. It just won't spread them to that extra target. So keep in mind that Infernal Blast isn't really a huge deal. That's why we don't take it. But if you can scumbag a little and it's part of your rotation, you might as well do it anyway, right? So keep that in mind. But again, our main thing here as a mage is to be pummeling single target DPS into the boss. Everything is considered single target. That's all we care about, is our single target numbers. On top of that, if we're dealing with aim, that's when we really want to shine, okay? If you're a mage, you should be excited about being part of the aim group. Why? Because aiming is something that mages can pretty much take care of. We have so many different abilities to take care of that. It's amazing. The other thing to watch out for, tips and tricks as a mage, is if you do get mesmerized, so you get sucked into the Kanchong, ice block will stop it. So make sure that you ice block, okay? There is some rumors that if you get aim that you can actually greater invis. I have yet to actually try that, so I don't know if that's true or not. Leave it in the comments below if it is and you've done it, because that's another good tip if it does work. Like I said though, I have not had the chance to test that out, at least in my raid group. We just haven't had a chance to test it, so let me know how that goes for you. But mainly, guys, again, it's all about knowing which target you're supposed to be on, switching to that target, and then pulling monster single target deeps. So go ahead and watch the rest of this kill video. If you have any other questions or comments, let me know in the section below. Otherwise, as always, we'll see you in the next one.